There you go. S- So, greetings from Tokyo. This is Daisuke, and I hope you're all doing very well today. I wanted to just let you know in this live stream, and it's a very impromptu one, so I didn't make any announcement about it, so I apologize. But this is just an announcement about what will be happening with the next live stream. So the poll was up and it came and went, and I just want to say thank you very much to all of you who participated in the poll. It was really great. And it closed on the 10th of September. And as a result of that, I want to announce here that the live stream that will be conducted on Sunday, September 29th, 2019 at 6 a.m. Tokyo time will be the film Faces. So thank you so much to all of you who participated, who voted. It was a real pleasure to hear from you, and it was really close. I think it was a really close competition among some other titles included, in which, of course, was the ultimate winner, which is Faces. And so I want to say thank you very much for your participation, for your interaction with this channel, and thank you very much for making this decision. So, what I wanted to say to you is this is the film that will be the last Sunday of September 2019. Again, 6 a.m. Tokyo time on that last Sunday, the 29th of September. I will make further announcements closer to the date itself. But in the meantime, that gives us about 2.5 weeks or so, maybe a little bit more, to talk about to watch this film and to catch up with this film, and it'll give me time to just brush up on it and to prepare for the live stream. So I'm really looking forward to it, because this, I think, will be the first time I will be having the great pleasure of talking, hopefully in some depth anyway, about a film by John Cassavetes. And if you haven't seen this film, this is, I think, in many ways, one of those great, haunting works of American cinema, American independent cinema, from this period of time. And so I really am looking forward to talking about this, and also about listening to your comments and commentary about this. So that's what I wanted to say today. And, this live stream format is really lovely. So I just wanted to say that in the live stream format. So thank you very much. And also just give you a couple of further updates, as it were, going forward. So this isn't going to be very long, hopefully. So especially for people out there who are not fans of this long take on things that I do. So, because I do tend to talk and talk and talk, unfortunately. So, let me just, before I move on to any further updates, let me just say hello to those of you who are here. So, Martin Diaz Pinto, hello. First one here, so thank you. And Sexy Monkey, hello. Danny Goldstein, hello. JR62, hello. JR62, I just got done finishing reading your comment on Dark Star, I think. So that's really great. Thank you very much. Incidentally, the John Carpenter videos are up and running. I decided to put those up a little bit early because I think I'm anticipating not being able to finish in time prior to Halloween, October 31st. And so I thought I might as well try to get as many in the can, as it were, prior to the end of October, because I thought it would be really nice to try to get everything done by October. But it's been very difficult to try to keep up with some kind of schedule, So there's that. And then let's see. So JR66, thank you very much for your comment on Darkstar. The next video, actually, I've just finished editing it, so hopefully it'll, if I can manage to upload it. I'll try to upload it right after this this live stream. If not, it'll be uploaded sometime later in the day, my time, Japan time, but it'll be on Assault on Precinct 13. So it's about, gosh, these videos that I do, I don't mean to get them so long, but the one on Darkstar was, I think, about 40 minutes, and I'm looking at the running time as I edited this, or as I was putting it together, and it's approaching 50 minutes. So gosh, I'm really sorry, because it really, man, I'm not so good with editing, and as you know, the videos that I put up on the channel aren't meant to be any kind of polished thing. It's just meant to be me talking to my iPhone, recording on my iPhone. And so I don't necessarily put in as much time and energy and polish to editing my videos as I should, so I apologize. But I try to make it as how should I put it? I tried to fill those 50 minutes with as much information as possible, at least from my point of view. But at the same time, I do understand and appreciate how some people might think that they're too long. So I very much apologize in advance when this is up, but I hope that you understand. And I guess if it's not your cup of tea, then about this film who've been, people have talked about this in much better commentaries and video formats and edited videos than I can ever hope to achieve. So in any event, my friends, I apologize in advance for the length of the video, and I hope you can forgive my rambling on, but it'll be up maybe hopefully later today, my time, Japan time. Melinda, my dear friend, hello. I think I saw you at our dear friend Damn Fool Idealistic Crusaders live stream. That was a great live stream, wasn't it? One of my dear friends and one of the friends of this channel, and he has a great YouTube channel. It's called Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. So Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader, and it's, I don't know if you know Star Wars, but it's a line spoken by Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars. At least that's what I understand the reference to mean. But that channel is really great, and if you like laser discs and VHS and just really deep dive discussions on formats, that's the channel you should check out. Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. That is one of the most that's one of the highest quality caliber channels on this kind of collecting aspect and film watching and cinema loving channels on YouTube. Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. And not only does he have so much knowledge about formats and technology, but also he has so much knowledge about cinema and cinema history. So our dear friend Melinda and I met at one of these live chats or live streams, and the topic of discussion was Alfred Hitchcock films. And not only was he going through all of the formats of everything that he had, which was really plentiful, and he went through all of the books that he was reading about Alfred Hitchcock, which was really great. I really admire someone who really takes the time to try to get all the details as best as he can with respect to those books. And there was a great discussion about I think something that was said by Bill Crone. He wrote the book Hitchcock at Work. I don't know if the book Hitchcock at Work was featured in that live stream, but there was something said about the craft of Hitchcock, which was great, and he was talking about the very famous or infamous book Donald Spoto's The Dark Side of Genius, and which I thought was really great and really worth talking about. But also, there was so much in-depth discussion about the films themselves, and so I was so happy to he was talking about certain Hitchcock trivia that is really great, like kaleidoscope. He's talking about the kaleidoscope thing, and also the nitty-gritty when it comes to specific Hitchcock films like Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much, and Psycho, and Vertigo, and of course many others. And so, Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. What a great channel, and I had so much fun with that, and hopefully I would urge people here who haven't visited that channel or haven't subscribed to that channel yet to check out Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader, and please check it out. It's really great. So Melinda, I know you know the channel very well because there are a lot of Laserdiscs there. So, but anyway, I'm sorry about that, my friend. Thank you so much, Melinda. It's so lovely to see you here and there and everywhere. How should I put it? You are such an important part of this channel, Melinda, and of this community, and I just want to say thank you very much. And hello, my dear friend, our dear friend. I hope you're well. Anita Bong hit 2.0. Hello, it's nice to see you. And Kubrick Lover 1972. Oh, Kubrick Lover 1972. You say you're about to leave, so I don't know if you're going to be able to catch this, but Kubrick Lover 1972, thank you so much. I think it was, I saw the videos that you were doing about foreign language films, and I think you were mentioning the film in one of those videos. I think you were mentioning the film Tokyo Story, and I think you were really kindly referring to one of the live streams that I had the great honor of conducting on this channel with respect to Tokyo Story. So I just want to say thank you very much, Kubrick Lover 1972. That was really lovely. Hold on, let me just give me 1 second here while I let's see. Here we go. Sorry, just give me 1 second here while I just figure out something with my... Yes, so Kubrick Lover 1972 has a channel, and he is talking about the thing that we all love, which is cinema. And so you have to check out Kubrick Lover 1972. And of course, there are so many people here who have YouTube channels that are talking about this thing that we all love, which is cinema, so you have to check it out. But Kubrick Lover 1972 put up a video, and it was really lovely. Thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for you and your enthusiasm and your continued passion for cinema. You obviously have a passion for Kubrick cinema, at least that's my assumption. And obviously there is, you have great love for Japanese cinema, which is what you had indicated in your video, which is really wonderful. I'm quite thrilled to hear that. And it's just wonderful for me to be a part of a community that has so many great and nice and passionate cinema fans and admirers, such as yourself, Kubrick Lover 1972. So thank you so much, and again, for those of you who are interested, please check out Kubrick Lover 1972. And let's see. Okay, so and Carl, hello. It's great. And yes, I love the live shows, Daisuke, but I think I'll give this one a miss. The Faces. This film is terrible, and I say that even though I love all the other work I've seen of Cassavetes. That's very interesting, Carl. Thank you very much. That's completely not a problem, and I understand that not all films are for everyone. So that should be an interesting thing. What are some films that that are very popular, that or that seem to be popular among the general public or the general critical consensus that I don't like at all? That's a really good question. I should think about that some more. But Carl, that's not a problem. Thank you. And I love your take on this, and that's one thing also is I think very important, is and I think Carl, you do this quite well, and I love this, which is not only is it important for me to be able to express love for things, for films, but also it's very important to be able to try to express what it is I don't like about certain cinema. And so thank you very much for this great honesty. I love it. I think it's great. And there's no pressure to attend any live stream. I try my best to create a certain degree of variety within the context of films in the Criterion Collection, to the extent that one thinks that there is variety within the context of the Criterion Collection, which I think is actually a very interesting issue that could be the subject of a discussion or a friendly debate one of these days. Who knows? But my point is that I do want to try to make it as varied as possible. I say that, though, admitting at the same time that I think up to now I've spoken about 2 Ozu films, so that probably isn't any indication of any efforts on my part to try to achieve any sense of equilibrium or balance or variety. So I apologize, but I do try. And so I think Faces is something that is a type of film that I don't think I've had the pleasure of being able to talk about in the live stream yet, but I will certainly do my best. But I do have other plans. I haven't put up the schedule for the next live stream, and I haven't put up a poll yet, so I'll try to do that as soon as possible. I do have some ideas. Again, I'm trying to keep it within the confines of the Criterion Collection. Again, for now, I don't know what it is I'm trying to think. There are some things that I do want to put up, at least as far as a poll is concerned. Some people have mentioned, for instance, Night of the Living Dead. Some people have mentioned John Guillaume, 23 Quai de Commerce, 1080 Bruxelles. So some people have mentioned, for instance, Kubrick films, right? Dr. Strangelove, The Killing, and actually, I would love to try to focus in on maybe the Martin Scorsese World Cinema Project films, number 1 and or number 2. So that might be very interesting. Although I don't know, I'm not sure how much reach that film, that kind of video would have. I don't know what the interest would be. I hope there is interest, because I think the World Cinema Project box sets, I think, are really sublime and wonderful. Also, the Before trilogy. I haven't, again, made up any schedule yet, but I was thinking. And also, there was a talk about the Kieślowski Trois Couleurs, 3 Colors trilogy, and I know some people were interested in some kind of discussion about those works. I should mention that I am part of this network called the 25th Frame, and the 25th Frame is a sort of podcast network, and one of the shows on the 25th Frame is called Complete Kieślowski. And one of the conceit behind the show is they're going through the works of Kieślowski in chronological order. So they haven't reached the 3 Colors trilogy yet, but I think they're in the middle of the Decalogue. So if you're interested, please check out. It's called Complete Kieślowski. It's on the 25th Frame podcast network, so it might be interesting to those of you who are interested in Kieślowski. But I was thinking about the Trois Couleurs, but I'm not quite sure about that. Also, the Before trilogy, I'm not. I would love to do that, but I don't know what the logistics of that would be. Maybe a film per week. I'm not sure, but I will try to put up the next poll very soon, and so hopefully there might be a film, Carl and others, that might be one that you might be interested in joining us on. So again, I apologize for faces, but there doesn't mean that right, there will be more film clubs. So not a problem, my friend. Not a problem at all, my dear friend. Giovanni, hello. Fail Better Film. Is that, do I have that right? Fail Better Film. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe this is the first time that we are meeting. Fail Better Film. If that's the case, it's nice to meet you. Thank you very much. My name is Daisuke. And you say, I'm really enjoying your videos on Out One. Thank you very much. So as some of you may or may not know, I've embarked upon videos on Out One, Noli Me Tangere. And at this point, I should point out that our dear friend, Nazarene Prod, so Nazarene Prod, has also started videos talking about Out One. So if you are interested in a different perspective, please check out Nazarene Prod and his videos on Out One. And his other videos, of course, as well. They're fantastic. But check out Nazarene Prod, NAZARINPROD, and his videos on Out One. He was so gracious and so nice. He didn't have to do this, but he... and I hope I'm not, well, I guess he mentioned it in his video, so I guess it's okay to talk about it here, but he actually came up to me, he messaged me privately in advance, and he actually went out of his way to ask if it was okay if he could post Out One videos on his channel, because he knew I was currently engaged in talking about Out One Noli Me Tangere. And so he was so kind. Nazarene Prod was so kind to ask if it was okay. And I said to him, and I say this to anyone as well, but I said to him, it's not my intellectual property idea, of course. Everyone is free to make a video about Out One. There's no reason why one needs to concern themselves about my own YouTube uploading schedule. And so if you want to make Out One videos, go for it. The more the merrier, in my opinion. So please, my dear friends, check out Nazarene Prod and check out the discussions that he is going to have. He just started his discussion on Out One. I think he's talking about the episodic version, so the nearly 13-hour version, which is subtitled, at least on the arrow box, Noli Me Tangere, and that's how it's commonly known. There are two versions of Out One, as you may know. So there's Noli Me Tangere, which is the long 8-episode, nearly 13-hour work. And then there is the shorter 4.5 hour work called Spectre. No, Out One Spectre, or Spectre. So anyway, Fail Better Film. Thank you very much for your kind words. That Out One, there's this thing about YouTube and doing videos on YouTube, and I don't know if maybe those of you who are actually who are also YouTube video uploaders, you might maybe understand something of what I'm about to say. But whenever I think about videos to post and to upload on YouTube, I always think, well, like, what is it that I'm really interested in at the moment? And so I usually try that's how I tend to that's how the decisions I make, that's how they're dictated, which is basically what I'm interested in at that particular moment. And my interests tend to just go all over the place. And so if I find myself, if my interest in one thing occurs, it usually tends to die down not so long afterwards. And so I tend to have to take advantage while the iron is hot, so to speak. At the same time, I do appreciate there's all this stuff on YouTube about, how many views a video will get, or I have to put up maybe I should try to think of putting up videos that will maybe attract more views or something like that, maybe something that's a little bit more popular or something. So that stuff isn't necessarily outside of my consideration whenever I post a video. And so I do appreciate those realistic concerns that YouTubers, myself included, tend to have whenever we try to decide what video topics we should talk about. Because I think the Out One videos, to be perfectly honest, they are videos that I'm not sure will generate as many views as maybe other videos that I've put up, what is it? For instance, the ones that tend to be quite popular in terms of viewership are the Criterion collection videos that I've done. There are a set of videos that I did last year about. I don't know what I was like. I was probably a little bit too overly ambitious, but I was just showing all of the video, or not, like I was showing each item of the Criterion collection that I had and just putting it in front of the camera. And I think it was so long that I had to divide it up into 4 videos, and each video itself was quite long, I think. But those ones I think are quite up there in views, I think. I'm not sure, but I haven't watched those in a long time, to be perfectly frank. But usually the Criterion related stuff tends to be the ones that I get a lot of attention for. And so Out One, as much as I love that work, I wasn't really, I don't know if that's would be the candidate for being the most popular video that I would ever post here on this YouTube channel. So to get comments from people like you, Fail Better Film, and others, and Nazarene Prod, about Out One and Out One Noli Me Tangere really, really warms my heart. It really does. And so I want to say thank you so much, because it's really lovely. So thank you. And again, I guess just to let you know, when I put up videos, I do, while I do try to think about what might get as many views, ultimately, I think it's very difficult for me to figure that out, and try to guess ahead of time what it is that people are looking for. And so I tend, therefore, to focus my decisions about that. I tend to focus it on what it is that I think, I don't know, I guess what it is I'm sort of interested in at the time. That's the main drive in terms of my decision making, which leads to, I think, a little bit of a haphazard upload schedule. I tend to upload a couple things, and then I stop and I go focus on something else, and then I stop and I go focus on something else. So it tends to be a little bit erratic, perhaps, and so I have to apologize for that. I really should try to maybe focus in on just do everything in one sitting, and then finish something and then go to something else. But really, it's just I have to, at the same time, I just follow what it is I'm interested in. And this isn't, I guess if it were like it's not my profession. This YouTube thing is not in any way my a 9-to-5 job, and so it's purely a hobby, in the sense that I'm doing it in my spare time, because it's a really fun thing to talk to you and to meet people on YouTube and elsewhere regarding this thing that we all love, which is cinema. But that's to say, therefore, that I tend to make decisions about what to upload just based almost primarily on my own schedule and wishes. So Out One came up very recently in conversation, which is what pushed me in the first place to try to put up videos on that. And so I'll try to continue that, but it does take time. And again, I'm very, very poor when it comes to timeliness, and I'm very bad at that sort of thing. So I always ask for your forgiveness and patience and understanding, and the like. So, yeah. Let's see. Sexy Monkey says, I feel the need to say that I didn't choose my channel name. First time I spoke to my now best friend, they called me Sexy Monkey repeatedly. The channel name is in honor of our friend. Well, that's nice. That is very nice. Well, that's a nice story, Sexy Monkey. Thank you very much. That is that is great, and it's, I think, a very memorable name, Sexy Monkey. You know, if I hear Sexy Monkey, it's not something that I will forget anytime soon, and that's a good thing. So, and especially in this day and age of internet and you know, social media and all that, I think that's really great, and the fact that it has a nice story behind it, I think, makes it even more charming. So, wow, thank you very much. Lovely. Carl says, love Assault on Precinct 13. Seeing a young Kim Richards getting. Yes, yes, that is very shocking. And I do talk about that in the video. Um, you know, it makes me realize that if I am asking for an ice cream and I want vanilla twist, but I end up getting vanilla, I won't complain. I'll keep the vanilla. I won't complain and try to get vanilla twist. So that's the lesson that I've learned about that. So yeah, that's a great film. Assault on Precinct is a great film. And I did mention earlier, I don't know if you caught it, but I have made the video on it, and I'll try to upload it to this channel as soon as this live stream is over. Yeah. JR62 says, it's great stuff. I'd love to hear your point of view, and we'll watch whatever you recommend if I can. Wow, that's so kind of you, JR62. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, I guess I'm honored, but I should say also that how should I put it? You know, my tastes tend to be not so good because I have a lot of gaps. I have a lot of terrible, embarrassing gaps in my film knowledge, and so I try to improve that every day to the best of my ability. And really significant component of that effort to improve on my part is to learn from people like you and everyone else in the YouTube community. But thank you very much. That's really, I'm honored, but yeah, I'll try not to recommend too many duds. Gosh, that really, yeah, that really is great. Thank you. You know, I was, I don't know if I would recommend them, but you know, I do have my share of films that I like, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend necessarily. But like, well, I think I'll show it for another time. But there are some works that I think. Actually, that does bring up a good question or good thing, which is I do try not to like how should I put it? One of the reasons I think. Well, one of the challenges, I should say, of YouTube that I've come across very recently is not necessarily trying to make videos that are that appeal to as many people as possible. Not necessarily that. I mean, I do that's not completely out of my thinking. But my point is that I do try to think about the sensibilities and the tastes of viewers, in the sense that I don't necessarily want to talk about something sort of haphazardly or without trying my best to try to appreciate any sorts of certain implications of this film, or any kinds of sort of significance of the film or the background of the film, and the like. And so it's and also I try to think what would be appropriate for certain periods of the day and things like that. And so I do, on the one hand, I do try to think, I don't want to be, how should I put it? I do want to be as responsible as, I suppose. I do want to be as responsible as I can with respect to recommendations. So I do try to put in so much. I think about the recommendations so much. So I don't want to just kind of at random just say, oh, this is great or something like that and move on. So I do try to put in some thought. You know, on the other hand, though, I do appreciate the fact that some of the films that I might talk about might not necessarily be on everyone's radar. And so I think it's on the one hand, it's also very, or on the other hand, it's also very exciting to hear people's reactions to films that they might not necessarily have seen before. Case in point is the film Mishima. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Mishima to everyone because it is a film that does have certain subject matter that is, for instance, not necessarily appropriate for all ages. At least that's my opinion. But I do try to I make a point of that, and also I do at the same time I do want to sing its praises because I do think it's a truly remarkable, one of a kind work of art, and that's been one of the pleasures of this channel is to hear certain people come to me and message me and say, "Oh, Mishima is really great," or something. "Oh, Mishima is wonderful," and I always say, it's not it's nothing that I did because I didn't make the film. I just happened to be fortunate enough to have been able to purchase the Blu-ray from Criterion. So it wasn't anything I did. I just was, again, it was something that I just wanted to talk about because it was a great film. That's another thing that I want to say too is I feel like I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to talk about all these films that I was able to purchase and watch, and so really I think I would like to thank, maybe join you, JR62, in maybe thanking, labels like the Criterion Collection, Arrow, and other labels that have been able to try to put out all this great stuff over the course of the last few years, But again, it's just my pleasure and it's just my privilege and honor to be part of this community. And so thank you very much, JR62, for your kind words. But really, I'm not, I don't think I'm doing anything yeah, it's just I'm just talking about the films. So, but I do try to put some thought into the films that I talk about because I don't want to talk about something without it. How should I put it? I do hope that I guess my point is that I do want to suggest that I think each film does have a special meaning, and it's oftentimes something that I have very difficult time trying to grasp and understand. So I do try to reach that point or as close to it as best as I can before I talk about a film. Sometimes I'm not. It's not possible for me to do that, but I do try my best. So, but your words of encouragement are really kind, and so thank you. Mainly Movies, our dear friend Mainly Movies, thank you very much. You have been talking, I think, about It. Mainly Movies are, and I haven't seen the It films. I've seen the It miniseries, the two-part miniseries with Tim Curry as Pennywise. So, and I really liked that, actually. I liked that, and I liked how they took out certain aspects of the book It, and they adapted and I like that very much. I haven't seen chapter 1 or chapter 2. As you know, I'm not really good with watching modern cinema releases, but yeah, so Mainly Movies, you've got to check out Mainly Movies, my friends. So Mainly Movies is a dear friend of this channel, and she has great content all the time. Just check out Mainly Movies, and if you've seen It's chapter 2 recently, I think there might be a video or two on Mainly Movies YouTube channel that might be to your liking. So please check out Mainly Movies. Hello, I think we've met rather recently. You were kind enough to leave some comments behind. I think it was it John Carpenter? You had mentioned, I think, what was it? It was a particular release of Dark Star, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you, and I look forward to our continuing conversations. Great. And Jared, hello, my dear friend. Hello. It's always great to see you. Jared is one of you are the best. Thank you so much. Andre, hello. It's nice to see you. Steve, hello. I'm going to watch Faces tomorrow. Will be my first time watching Criterion DVD. Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. And if you can, please join us for the live stream. If not, you can always let me know or let us know what you thought of the film. It can be good things or bad things. It doesn't matter. It really is what you feel and what your instincts are for the film that are most important to us. So, but I look forward to your comments and your reaction to the film. I hope you enjoy it. And Jared also says, I'm going to watch Faces in the near future. Can't wait to watch. Yes, I can't wait to hear your reactions to it as well. And Jared says also, happy Friday the 13th. Oh, yes. So the time here in Japan is Saturday the 14th, but I understand that due to the time difference, maybe some people who are in the US and elsewhere might still be in the Friday the 13th time, which is, yes, it's I don't usually spend Friday the 13th watching, for instance, Friday the 13th movies. Although I do, I, I, um, I do like Friday the 13th movies. I know they're not for everyone, but I do like them, and I like everything. I'm really a big fan of 1, 2, 3, 4, and especially 5. I think Friday the 13th Part 5 is a just off the wall bananas film. Well, I think bananas is probably more apt for Friday the 13th, the final chapter, but Part 4. But Friday the 13th 5, New Beginning is just a completely just relentless mix of cinematic. How should I put it? It's just a swirl of this sort of incomprehensible intensity to the point where I think it really is. I mean, it's one of those things where you laugh so hard at certain moments, and you cringe at other moments. But I think it hits a certain sweet spot for me for whatever reason in terms of so overboard and so campy on the one hand, and yet actually quite clever in other respects in terms of its plotting and etc. And I think it tries to do something that is, and its efforts I think are very admirable, and all of its setups are really memorable. The idea of the martial artist Tommy, and the whole thing with the chocolate bar, and the break dancing at night, and the whole thing with the what is it, ooh baby, all that stuff. I thought is just, it's just so over the top, ludicrous, but I love it. It's just fantastic. So I have great love for Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Everything else after that, I admit I'm a little bit not so good on. I don't have a good knowledge on everything from 6 onwards. I've seen them, but not a good knowledge. I actually am not. I'm not a detractor of. Was it Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan? I'm not a detractor. I like that whole thing of the whole thing on the ship and everything. I like that. So I actually enjoyed that film when I first saw it, but I don't visit it that much. And but those first 4 and the 5th one, I think, are just, for me, the core. But yeah, so happy Friday the 13th. So sorry about that. Let's see. Tim, hello. It's how are you doing, my dear friend? 안녕하세요. And I've been a bit busy these days, but I managed to book tickets to see Terrence Malick's new film, A Hidden Life, at the BFI London Film Festival next month. Scorsese's Irishman was sold out. Wow! Well done, my friend. Well done. And that's too bad about the Irishman. But A Hidden Life. Well, just kidding. Of course, A Hidden Life. Wow, that's like a hot ticket. Don't lose that ticket, my friend. Wonderful. You should frame that after you're done, and let us know what you think of it. Oh gosh, next month. It's great. And The Irishman, right? The Irishman is going to be shown at the end of this month at the New York Film Festival. So I'm looking forward to hearing what the reaction is on The Irishman very much. I must say that I've seen that trailer so many times now. I'm just hooked on it. I love that line. I still love that line. Russell Buffalino, Joe Pesci's character, says to Jimmy Hoffa. He says, um, I think you're demonstrating a failure to show appreciation. And then Al Pacino's Jimmy Hoffa is seen going like that. I can't replicate it enough, but I love that moment. It's great. And he's talking about the three rings. Only two other people have this ring, and only one of them is Irish. And all this, I can't wait for that. And I must admit that the more I see it, the more that the CGI, the de-aging CGI is really caught on, and I've gotten used to it. My eye has gotten used to it. It's still not 100% there for me, but it's much better than my initial reaction. So, oh gosh, I cannot wait. Carl's Rants and Reviews. Hello, Daisuke. How are you? But good. How are you, Carl's Rants and Reviews? I hope you're doing well. And Tim Holm continues. Did you hear that The Irishman is 3.5 hours long? Yes, At Hidden Life is just under 3. Yes. Gonna be great. And best to you and your family. And likewise, Tim, I hope you and everyone in your life is well. So please be well and talk to you soon. And yes, my dear friend Tim, thank you very much. 안녕히 계세요. And MC Talking Films, hello, it's nice to see you, my friend. I haven't seen Faces, the cover looks interesting. Yes, it is an interesting film. Also, my friend, if you have the chance, please check out The Thing. Really great. Heirloom Providence, hello, good to see. Oh, and also, please, MC Talking Films, please check out MC Talking Films channel. I've just been made aware of it, and I checked out a little bit of the channel. I haven't fully checked it out yet, but what I've seen so far is fantastic. So MC Talking Films. MC Talking Films, what a great channel about cinema. It's really wonderful. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy Faces, John Cassavetes' film. Heirloom Providence says, hello, good to see you. Likewise, my dear friend, I hope you're well. Genealogy Mad, M-A-D, hopped on the laptop to say hello and send you my respects as always. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, it's nice to see you. I tend to watch you in the other room on my big TV, Daisuke. The drawback is I can't comment there. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for taking the time to do so. Really appreciate it. I hope you're well. Let's see. Let's see here. Anita Bonghit says, 2.0 says, I think one thing to consider when watching Cassavetes is the making of the films. Yes, there is something to be said about the background and the way in which a film is made. The links to quote unquote realism and the like, and hopefully I'll try to get into that. But yes, your point is so on the nose, on the money. Great. Carl says, thanks, Daisuke. I might actually tune in just out of interest for your take on it because it really did nothing for me. So if you saw merit in it, I missed then. Great. I'd like to hear your. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much, Carl. You're really. Wow. Thank you, my dear friend Carl. Our dear friend Carl. Thank you so much. No pressure, of course. So if you're busy that day, not a problem. Not a problem. But thank you very much all the same, my dear friend. Jared says some of the films to discuss that would be fun would be Night of the Living Dead, The Ruling Class. Dr. Strange says, oh, The Ruling Class. Yes, The Ruling Class. On that DVD, that early DVD from Criterion with a huge close-up picture of Peter O'Toole, right, in that hat. Oh, I love that film so much, The Ruling Class. That is so funny. It has some of the funniest dialogue. It's kind of very risque. There's one bit of dialogue that I I can't mention because it's a bit too risque to mention, but it's so funny, and at the same time it is so terrifying. It is such a terrifying film. Oh, those mixture of tones. Fantastic. Oh, Jared, what a great suggestion. I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of that until you mentioned it, Jared. Wow, thank you so much. You really helped me out. Wow. Oh, 3 cheers for Jared. Oh, gosh. Man, thank you so much, my friend. Okay, I'm going to have to think about the schedule now. You've given me cause for celebration here. So, and JR62. Let's see. I seem to love films people make fun of and not like some masterpieces, but again, how many films are in circulation? Can't like everything, but it's fun to explore. Well said, my friend. Well said. Tim says, would love any videos from you on the World Cinema Project box sets as well as the before and three colors trilogies. Thank you. JR62, ever think about talking about classic TV shows? Yes, I have actually. I was thinking about maybe I could try to do something for Halloween, October month. And I was thinking Twilight Zone might be something that I could talk about. One of my dreams was, I don't know if you know, I'm a big fan of Agatha Christie, and I love the old Agatha Christie television adaptations of Miss Marple, Joan Hickson as Miss Marple. I'm also a big fan of David Suchet as Poirot, Hercule Poirot, especially the early stuff. I think that's just golden stuff. Excuse me. I'm also a big fan of Inspector Morse. And also there's a great television show called Tales of the Unexpected, which I love. I love. That freaked me out as a kid. Oh, gosh. Not just even thinking about some of the episodes just gives me chills. But yeah, I have thought about it. It might be a possibility. I think I'm going to try to. As part of the Criterion discussion, I was trying to put together videos on. It's they are episodic, I know, but Fishing with John. I'm going to try to do that. I don't know. I never saw that on TV. Was broadcast on TV? I think I'm not sure, but I never saw it on TV. I always saw it on the disc, and so. But I would love to talk about that in the episodic form, one video per episode, so to speak. That's really great. So, but I have thought about it, but I just never came around to doing it. It's just, again, so many things one wants to do, so little time. Right, so isn't that something that Uma Thurman says as Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin? Okay, I'm sorry. And so anyway, so JR62, yes. So that is that is where my thinking is at. But one of these days, perhaps, it would be nice. Benjamin, hello. Rosemary's Baby got me into Cassavetes' films. Only seen a few of his films, and he is really a great filmmaker and actor. Oh, yes. If you're interested in Cassavetes as an actor, and especially in horror films, Rosemary's Baby is one of the greats. Also, if you are into horror films, if you are not, then please disregard what it is I'm about to say. But if you're into horror films and you haven't seen it, there's also a very memorable performance by John Cassavetes in the Brian De Palma film The Fury. The Fury, really quite memorable. He's probably the best thing in the film, actually. But yeah, great comment, Benjamin. Great comment. And also, Tim Holmes says, also enjoyed your recent collab videos with Razor Wire Reviews. Well, thank you very much. Razor Wire Reviews is another great channel, my dear friends. Luke at Razor Wire Reviews is currently doing his Asian cinema series, and he's he is a machine. He is just uploading videos. Unbelievable pace. It's really great, really quite inspiring. And he allowed me the great privilege and honor to talk about the films of Naoko Ogigami. So once in a while you might see a video that includes me pop up on his channel. So you should check out Razor Wire Reviews, not just of course for my videos, but of course for his great content. And he talks about so many things. He's such a great guy. Great guy. I love Luke. Isaac, hello. All Things Film, hello. Oh gosh, All Things Film. All Things Film. The discussion that you're having in the group about foreign cinema is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And so just want to shout out to All Things Film, and what a great channel. It's so lovely to see. And I think you mentioned All Things Film in one of your videos about foreign cinema, and I think the question was, if I remember correctly, is Suspiria considered a foreign film or not? Because I think the versions that are available to people like us who are in, let's say, outside of the Italian market, in sort of the international markets, right, the English-speaking markets of North America, etc. The question might be, would it be considered a foreign film or not? And I think that's a really interesting question. I always thought it would be a foreign film or considered a foreign film simply because of its production history, where it was made, who made it, etc. But it is, if you do want to talk about specifically films that are not in the English language, then of course there are prints of Suspiria that you can watch that are not in English, I think, but there are also prints that you can watch that are in English. So I think it creates an interesting need for footnote or something like that. I don't know. It's an interesting discussion space to have in the space of the video that you're having, which is a great video, by the way, my friends. Really, all things film, really, really great. So. Thank you so much for that. You've got to check out All Things Film. You've got to check it out and check out that great video. One of my heroes of YouTube. So, All Things Film, and a dear, dear friend. What a so kind. So, yes. And Carl's Rants and Review says, I'm going to recommend your channel to my friend. He's going to love. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. And let's see. Asian movie enthusiast, hello. It's nice to see you, my dear friend. There's another great channel that is just aces, absolutely aces. And Asian movie enthusiast is just one of those great, great channels. To this day, I'm just stunned at that really groundbreaking video on Asia. There are just tons of videos on Asian movie enthusiast channels, tons. He's one of the great supreme experts. I learned so much about Japanese cinema watching Asian movie enthusiast channel. It's really quite lovely, and his take on J-horror, that video that you did on J-horror, is still to this day so important and so groundbreaking to the industry and to the concept of J-horror as we understand it in today's 2019 mindset. And so if you haven't checked out Asian movie enthusiast, my dear friends, oh my goodness, you've got to check that out. Great. And Isaac, hello Isaac, my dear friend. I hope you're well. And again, every time I see you, I always think of Tokyo Story because you have that lovely picture of Tokyo Story. It's really great. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Let's see. Here we go. Oh gosh, hello, Xavier A. Hello. Maybe this is the first time we are speaking, so if so, it's nice to meet you. Let's see, John Cassavetes is the absolute greatest of all time in cinema and no one comes close. Wow, that's very, very bold statement, but your love of Cassavetes is great, very admirable. Thank you so much for this. Meaning Moskowitz, of course, this is, wow, oh gosh. Gosh, I wish that would be made more available. I know it's available, but it would be great if it be made even more available, so that even more people could see it. Great film. Let's see, and then there's talk about Carl's watching of It, Chapter 2. Let's see, there's talk about the killing of a Chinese bookie. And Donald Blakesley, hello. Hello, wow, so nice to see you, Donald. Hello, Daisuke, you convey the pleasure of cinema so well, thank you. Well, that's very kind praise. Really, wow, warms my heart. Thank you so much, my dear friend. I hope you're doing well, Donald. And let's see. There's a talk about, JR62 says, Twilight Zone is my favorite TV show and I have a box set of Miss Marple. Wow. So I wonder what Miss Marple that is. Is that Joan Hickson's Miss Marple, or those later iterations of the Marple stories? I wonder. It must have been, I like some of the episodes of the recent Marple series, but for me, it will always be Joan Hickson. Always, always. Nothing will ever come close, in my opinion. Joan Hickson's Miss Marple series is just sublime. My favorite episodes from Joan Hickson's Miss Marple series, by the way, I have to be, let's see, A Murder is Announced. That is a classic. Nemesis is a classic. And Sleeping Murder is also a classic. And let's see, 450 from Paddington is also really great. And there's something quite dark and great about A Pocket Full of Rye. That's a really dark one, actually. Yeah, Joan Hickson's Miss Marple series is just the best, the best. Let's see, yes, and there's talk about The Fury. Let's see. Rich says, hi Daisuke Group, which channel are you discussing? I don't know. I tend to lose track of things. I'm sorry, I've spoken about so much. Maybe I was last talking about All Things Film, that channel, Asian Movie Enthusiast, that channel. Yeah, I've spoken about others. I'm sorry. Maybe I should write a list one of these days and then talk about it in a video proper, and then post it, and then I can put it in the comments section or the discussion or the descriptions box or something like that. You know, I really apologize. I just tend to go all over the place. So really apologize. Sorry about that, Rich. But I hope you're well, my dear friend. It's always nice to see you. Let's see. Let's see. Andres says, oh, Beppu, yes, hello, how are you doing? It's nice to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Beppu, yes, yes. And let's see, Asian Movie Enthusiast says, I recently picked up the Hitchcock Ultimate Collection box set and the Universal Monster 30 movie box set. I look forward to chewing through those. There are some films in there I have not seen. Wow! Well done. I hope you enjoy that journey, my friend. That sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And Universal Monster just in time for Halloween in October, sounds like. So well done. Salipreet Singh, hello. Thin, hello. It's nice to see you. Have you seen Shadows by Cassavetes? What do you think about it? Yes, I have, of course. And it's one of those films that I think grew on me. I first saw it when I was young, when I was in college, and I admit I really I didn't take to it very much. I thought there was a lot of stuff that I thought was very difficult to approach because I felt that it was a little bit too amateurish, and that's how I felt at the time. But now I look on it and I find that it has a really almost it's like a thing where it's like that phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words, or it captures a moment in time that is no longer there. Well, I feel the same about cinema, but Shadows in particular, I find that it really feels like it's capturing a moment in time that is no longer in existence. And there are elements about it that are quite challenging and very much, I think, they are really going for something that I didn't identify, I didn't really appreciate when I was younger at the time, when I watched it for the first time. So it's, for me now, it's a really deep work, and there's some moments in there that are just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I didn't appreciate it at the time when I was young, and I said I thought it was too amateurish. And I thought, when I think about that view that I had then, I really am quite embarrassed. But excuse me, but that's just my long-winded way of saying that I love the film. And let's see, what is your favorite film by Cassavetes? That's a very difficult question. That is a very difficult question. Very difficult because there's so many. It might be Woman Under the Influence, but let me think about that some more. But it might be Woman Under the Influence, but I'm not quite sure yet because again there are so many to choose from. All things film. I recently watched Tokyo Sonata for the first time. Oh yes, I remember seeing. I think it was the Masters of Cinema version. I think that you were talking about. I loved it, and it brought back memories of my past in regards to what happens to the father of the family. Could be going into my top 100 list. Wow, wow, wonderful. Tokyo Sonata. Yes, yes. Um, oh gosh. Yes, and Rich says Cassavetes is the man. It's always interesting to watch the BTS of his filmmaking style, especially the one on husbands. Oh yes, husbands. That is another memorable one. Cooper Clever 1972 is back home now, and I was just mentioning Cooper Clever 1972, and I wanted to thank you so much for your lovely video on the foreign films. And I think in that you were talking about Japanese cinema, and you were talking about Tokyo Story, and then you were talking about my channel. So thank you very much, my dear friend, for mentioning me. You didn't have to do that, but you were so kind to do so. So thank you. Um, really lovely. Um, and let's see. Oh, Cinema Dave Media. Oh, Cinema Dave Media. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. And I want to say also, Cinema Dave Media is going through the Halloween films. The Halloween films. I've seen your Halloween 2 video. I haven't seen the rest yet. I have to catch up on those. But Cinema Dave Media, our dear friend, is going through the Halloween films, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan of Halloween, and I'm a big fan of Cinema Dave Media. So to have the two of them together like this, it's great. It's wonderful. Like two titans coming together, and two of my favorite things in the world in one place. What more could I ask for? So really wonderful. So Cinema Dave Media, please check out Cinema Dave Media, and if you haven't already, you've got to subscribe to Cinema Dave Media, and check out those videos that he's doing. And you're also doing live streams too, Cinema Dave Media, am I right? So if you are still here, please let us know. You can let us know in the comments here or in the live chat what's your next live stream, or if you're planning on any live streams. I don't know. I haven't been able to join in any of the live streams that you've held yet, because I think it's just the time difference. If I were ever to be able to join, oh my goodness, wow, that would be, wow, that would be so much fun. Yeah. So Cinema Dave Media is a dear friend of mine. He's a dear friend of ours. He is a dear friend of this channel. I should mention too that I might have mentioned this to you as well, but you made a video sometime back about me and my channel. Kind of a thank you video, I think. Completely unnecessary. You didn't have to do that at all, my friend, but you took the time to take a moment to say thank you to me. And again, completely unnecessary, but so kind of you to do so all the same. And you're mentioning also just about, well, I don't want to say too much. I was incredibly moved. And incredibly moved, especially because Cinema Dave Media, I will always remember the kind support that you gave me in this channel early on. I don't think that I'm any big deal now, but it has been steadily growing since the early days, and I have many people to thank. There are so many people who are just very have been so supportive. And one of those people is Cinema Dave Media. And because you were always talking about my channel and videos that I put up, you would always talk about them on like Instagram, and you'd always mention that you were seeing these videos and all that, and I was and I continue to be so grateful to you for that, and you just were so generous with your support, and so I want to thank you so much for that, very much. And and very kind of you, very kind. And just again, also many other people as well. The same thing. Your kindness and support has been so lovely. All things film. You know. You were one of the people who just reached out to me from the very beginning, and we have become great friends. And you know, I feel like we have known each other for many, many years, and we haven't even met in person. It's amazing. I can't even believe that. So, just the level of support and kindness and friendship that has been shown here over the last few months has been quite overwhelming, actually. So I want to thank you very much for that. But you know, so again, this is, and yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just becoming so bleh. Sorry about that. I tend to do this. So, but. Yeah, so Cinema Dave Media and All Things Film, thank you so much. And Cinema Dave Media, keep on the great work with Halloween. And if you have any live stream plans, please let me know. And that goes for everyone as well. If you have any live stream plans, please let me know. Again, it's very difficult for me to join, but if I can join, I will because of the time difference. I will try my best to join, so just let me know. And I would love to hear about it. So, yeah, and like you know, I had to this. I guess. Well, I guess I can mention it. You know, I'm also very grateful for everyone's support, and I'm very grateful to anyone who has joined and who has come here and who is maybe here for the first time, and who has been maybe who is interested in cinema, and because of that interest has somehow managed to find your way here. And I'm just very happy to meet you. And all the time, I always think that every time a new video is uploaded or a new live stream is had, it's just another opportunity, another potential for me to be able to catch up with old friends and hopefully meet new ones. And so I want to say thank you so much for your kindness and generosity. It's been really great so far. And so let's just keep going. Oh, and let's see here. Let's see. Let's catch up here. Tom Wilkie just joined. I hope you're well. Is the movie Faces available by itself, or do you have to buy the whole box? I think you can get it individually as well, and also you can. I think it's available on the Criterion channel as well, though I'm not sure. If anyone has information about that, please let me know. Here we go. Okay. And let's see. Lincoln Gogo says, at Thomas Wilkie, the whole set. Is that true? Gosh, is that true? I didn't realize it. Let me just check that out. Oh, Lincoln Gogo, thank you very much. Oh, that's interesting. If that's the case, then that really is too bad. Maybe it's to do with, because I always thought that it was available. Yeah, you know, it is available individually, but it is available individually through the Criterion Shop now on DVD, 2-disc DVDs. So I'm not sure if that is feasible for you as an option, but it is also available according to the Criterion Shop here. It is available on the Criterion channel as well, and it is also available in the Blu-ray set. But those are the options, at least at present, with respect to the film Faces. So I hope that helps out. But thank you very much, Lincoln Gogo, also for your great input there. That's great. And let's see. Gosh, if I skipped over your comment, I apologize. I hadn't planned on going this long, but again, your enthusiasm is really quite inspiring. So thank you. Let's see. Carl asks, any idea on the selections for the next poll, Daisuke? Would love to hear you speak about some Malick, preferably The Stunning Days of Heaven, or some Rogue, De Sica, or Antonioni, maybe. Yes, actually, that's a very good point. You know, I think, excuse me, excuse me, I think the only, excuse me, sorry about this. The only Italian film that I spoke about was Eight and a Half, Otoy Mezzo. So that might be a good thing to maybe. I haven't spoken about any Antonioni at all on this channel, and so hopefully that will change. And yeah, excuse me. There we go. And hopefully that will change, and then maybe that might lead to some more discussion about Antonioni. But I haven't spoken about Antonio. I would love the opportunity to do that. Maybe one of these days, who knows? But I will try to put up the next poll very soon. Kubrick Lover 1972 says, I might do a live stream maybe during the weekend, but I will be showing how I compose a song on GarageBand. I heard about it on another music channel, maybe Sunday afternoon Eastern time. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm not a musician, but let's see. Oh, it's interesting. Asian Movie Enthusiast says, FYI, Arrow is releasing its Ring Blu-ray box set in Region A format in October. It was previously only available in Region B. Wow, that's great news. I think that Region B box set is no longer available, or you can only get the films individually. Is that right? So, yeah, so speaking of which, that's right here. It's on the shelf right here. So it's, well, that's quite a coincidence. So, I was actually thinking about this. How can I was thinking about films to talk about in October, and this came up. I don't know if I'd be able to do so, but thank you very much for that information, Asian Movie Enthusiast. Well done. Let's see here. Gosh, and let's see. Eddie Green's 101. Oh, Eddie Green's 101. Thank you so much. I have to make the video. I'm going to make it very soon. Please forgive me for my how slow I've been, but I'm going to make the video about your podcast and about your YouTube channel very soon. So Eddie Green's 101 has a YouTube channel and a podcast, and I don't want to say too much now, but it's a Terminator. The podcast has been about Terminator and about James Cameron, and I'm a big fan of James Cameron. I really like James Cameron's films, but I'm not as big a fan as Eddie Green. He is the man. He knows everything. Absolutely everything about every single James Cameron film, I think, including Piranha Part 2. If one considers that a James Cameron film, I think that's also a subject for the great discussion. But, oh man, it's great. And he has a great podcast. And I hope I'm not spoiling anything by saying, actually, I had the great pleasure of being a guest on one of the episodes of his podcast, Eddie Green's 101's podcast, which I think has not yet been made public yet. I think it's going to be up soon, but it'll be up very, very soon. And so, yeah, so I will make the video just promoting your channel and giving the links for people to check out. So sorry about not being on the ball with that. It's just been a little bit busy this past week. But I hope you're well, my dear friend, and please check out Eddie Green's 101 channel, and also his, I think from there you can get information about his separate podcast as well. It's really great, and hopefully his, I think he just had an interview. I think it's already up, I think, an interview with Michael Biehn, which is, wow. Wow, just stunning. Oh man, I would love to be able to interview some people one of these days. Oh gosh, that was so great. Oh, what a great, anyway, great stuff. Eddie Green's one, great stuff. Let's see here. And, oh, and Heirloom Providence says, have you ever considered doing any videos on the films of Louis Buñuel? Yes, Buñuel, oh gosh, that's been one of the terrible regrets of my channel thus far, is I haven't spoken about any Buñuel at all, which is such a shame. I really should remedy that. Maybe I'll try to remedy that with a live stream one of these days. But oh man, I really have to better myself with that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely, there's so much great stuff to talk about. And Cooper Glover 1972 says, how about one on La Dolce Vita? You know, that's really an interesting thing. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Let me borrow a gesture from La Dolce Vita, if I may. Right. I'll do my best. And Rich, hello. Oh, you didn't have to do that, Rich. Super chat, $5 from Rich. Little bit to help towards buying your next box set. Thank you so much, Rich. Wow, thank you. Wow. Again, very, it's unnecessary. You didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But the fact that you did is so touching. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. Oh gosh, thank you so much. I hope you're well, Rich. I'm. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Again, I hope you're well, my friend. Thank you. Oh man, thank you. Kubrick 1972 says, Daisuke, when you watch a Japanese film, do you turn off the English subtitles? Do I turn off the English subtitles? Yes, I do. I do sometimes, and sometimes I turn them on. Sometimes I watch a film with Japanese subtitles and the like, so it really depends on my mood, I suppose. And let's see. No, it's not. I don't think it's a strange question. I think it's a very reasonable question to ask. Let's see. All Things Film says, in the next few weeks, I'm going to tackle or try the films Stalker and or Solaris. I haven't seen either. Wow. Excellent. Excellent news, my dear friend. That's great. And let's see. Oh wow! So yes, I think Eddie Green's 101 says, "Thank you, Daisuke. Your episode is going to be the first episode of the newly revamped podcast. You are officially following Michael Bean." Wow, that is quite an honor. That is quite an honor. I don't think I don't think I'm a worthy follow-up to Michael Bean. I think I'm quite, I'm not so good. But I was my pleasure to be a guest on your podcast. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad. I'm sorry you had to put up with my sort of lack of knowledge with respect to James Cameron, but it was really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and so I will try to put up that video as soon as possible. And I encourage everyone in the meantime to check out Eddie Green's 101 YouTube channel, and then get links there to his podcast and the like going forward. So, okay, so let's. Gosh, I've been talking for about 80 minutes now, so let's start winding down. And so just to give you a few heads up, I will be continuing with the Carpenter videos and also the Out One videos, and also the, let's see, the Film Club poll will hopefully be up very soon. I'll try to come up with some things for October, and also I'll try to schedule other film club live streams for days in October, and I'll let you know the schedule as soon as I know. And we will go from there. And so in the meantime, my friends, if you have any announcements to make about any videos that you've just made that you want, that you think might be information that might be helpful for us or useful or interesting to us, please feel free to let me know. You know, I'm okay when it comes to people wanting to post links to their own YouTube channels and videos in the comment sections on my videos. I'm completely open to that, so you don't have to worry about that, as long as it's sort of film related or something. You're welcome to do that. If you want to talk about any live streams, please let me know. You can leave links as well. I'd be very happy to hear about those, and if I can join them, I'm very happy to do so. And also, there are many great YouTube channels out there, many dear friends of this channel, many people that I respect wholeheartedly, a lot of people who have given me a lot of support, and a lot of fresh faces also, a lot of people who are just starting out for the first time, and they're making their marks, they're making their indelible marks almost immediately, or immediately, and at a much faster pace than I could ever hope with my own work. And so there's a lot of great things out there as well. You know, I just also want to say that you know, how should I put it? Well, actually, let me just end it there and just say thank you very much to all of you. And Frank, hello, Frank Burleson, hello. It's nice to see you. Dylan Prince, hello. It's nice to see you too. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you that much, but I hope you are well and that you are having a great rest of your day wherever you are, and that things are well. So Okay, my friends. So thank you very much for putting up with me again with this impromptu live stream. Again, I apologize for not making any announcement, but that's the way things are, I suppose, with me. And you have been engaging in some great conversations as well. And so, please, just because this live stream will end doesn't mean your conversations need to. Please continue with your conversations, and please let us know of your live stream events if you have them. Please check out some of the great video channels that I hopefully mentioned here. Kubrick Lover 1972 will have a live stream, I think, about GarageBand. So if you're interested, you please check that out. Please check out Kubrick Lover 1972 and Cinema Dave Media and Asian Movie Enthusiast and Eddie Green's 101 and All Things Film and Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader and others. So so many to mention. Mainly movies, of course, and so many to mention. And so great. So thank you very much, my friends, and I will see you again very soon. And I will go now and walk the dog, and after I walk the dog, I will upload the video on Assault on Precinct 13. So hopefully you can enjoy that. So, and if you don't enjoy it, that's fine too. You can let me know in the comment section, and I'd be very happy to hear your comments. Not a problem at all, my friends. Yeah, that's it. So thank you very much, and talk to you soon, my friends. Cheers. All right, we're done. So now I'm just gonna. I know it's on, so don't worry about it. But just let me just finish up while we. Um, yes, that's it going forward. So thank you very much. Uh, thank you very much, my friends out there. It's been a pleasure, and it's nice catching up with you. So thank you. And yeah, so I will be putting up the Assault on Precinct 13 video hopefully very soon. And then after that, what I have to do, I have to go. Gosh, I have to assemble my notes for Halloween as well. Um, that's a really difficult one. That's actually one that I'm quite nervous about because it's a film that I've been very I, I think I've seen so many times, um, but I've never spoken about it here. And so I'm looking forward to that very much. Um, yeah, yeah, a lot. So many films to watch. So many, just not enough time in the day, right? So, um, gosh, um, Frank's theme. How will he introduce his cinema to? How he introduce his children to cinema? Oh, it's interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Yes, and your voice is low without the microphone. Yes, I'm just winding down. So it's that's actually a good thing. I don't know if you are anyone who is still there. It's I recommend if you can getting like a microphone, like a pin mic or something, because it really makes all the difference in the world in terms of YouTube videos, I think. And if you have a microphone or like a pin mic or something, I like this little pin mic because I can get it rather cheaply off of Amazon Japan, and I just clip it on my shirt and I plug it into my iPhone, and then it does the rest. And so, if you're able to get a little microphone, I think it helps because it's how should I put it? You can tell now, for instance, I'm talking with the microphone on the iPhone, and it sounds quite muffled. So, um, so yeah. So if you are able to, and if you make YouTube videos, I do recommend getting a microphone of some kind. So, um, yeah. So anyway, my friends, thank you very much, and talk to you soon. And please keep on watching a lot of great movies. Cheers.